The reason why marriages today are in trouble is because people think it's the end goal instead of the starting point.
Rewind!
You think you won the race when no, that is just registration table. You know what I'm saying? There is a marathon to continue. And when we celebrate, so we celebrate the wedding and the pictures and we do all this hype, and then after you do that big payoff, now it's what's next.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got tonight's conversation. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe. So, man, we have this brother here named Ace Metaphor. He's the one that I think he owns tonight's conversation. So if y'all remember him, he was the one, if y'all keep up with Daphne was able to get him on her podcast if y'all watch her YouTube channel. And pretty much confronted him about, being a panderer, and some of the things that he would say about black women.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that respect. Ace Metaphor. I've looked at your content, and when I go on your Instagram, a lot of your videos, majority of them, you're talking about men, toxic men, toxic men. So my first question to you, how come I don't see the same energy when it comes to toxic women?
I don't have that passion. That's not my passion nor my experience. So like my lives, especially my content that are on my page, is from lives. So I'll do a live like you're doing here on YouTube, and I'll have 500 women watching that live, and they'll ask me questions. So obviously the subject of my reply is a woman, and they're asking me about these relationship issues that they're experiencing. And so I direct it towards that. So when we're talking about women, I don't have men coming on my show asking about women. However, I have a podcast called Tonight's Conversation where we get into those different perspectives and nuances. But for me, I don't have the passion to necessarily quote unquote hold a woman accountable. I let other people do that. You know what I'm saying? But my passion is avoiding toxicity, leaving relationships that are not healthy for you, that's not upbuilding or improving those situations.
Right. And once again, this pandering, right? He panders to black women. What's the best way to get people to like you? By telling them what they want to hear. But our biggest problem with him that we had during that interview, or well, me at least, was he's big friends with Derrick Jaxn. Everybody know who Derrick Jaxn is, right? They love pandering to black women. Derrick Jaxn love pandering to black women. That's his thing. That's how he makes money. He talks about men who cheat. And it's okay, right? You want to talk about that, that's fine. But actually live it. Derrick Jaxn wasn't living it. So what Ace Metaphor decided to do was he actually made a video on it, right? Because everybody and their mama was making videos on it. So he decided to make a video on it. But within that week, I believe, within like after 5 days, he decided to take the video down.
Did you do business dealings after the scandal? Yes or no?
No.
Are you guys still cool? Yes or no?
I'm assuming not.
Okay, did you hold him accountable? Because one thing you said to me that really resonated in my spirit, you said the way those trolls came at his wife, it bothered you because you know her. But I hear you say the way Derrick Jaxn embarrassed his wife really bothered you because you know her. What about him? Right?
I did that's why when you asked me if we still cool, I said probably not, because I did a whole online dissertation about that.
Oh, gotcha.
I felt like, and really I took the videos down because it wasn't my style. Like I don't like
it up, but it was honest. Man,
let me explain though. Because I don't like calling out people online like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being like, no disrespect to other content creators. It's just like, I did it because it was authentic. I was authentically disappointed. I was disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Authentically disappointed. And so I did the video, but then when I started seeing people, like, it started getting, it just became a thing that I was like, man, I'm not going to look back on this in 2 months and be proud of it. So let me just take it down. But my thing with him is, yes, I was disappointed. I was disappointed because he never presented to me to be that. his wife was always on tour with us. And even when we had private conversations, you know, niggas will tell each other if they cheat. Like, it's just open. He never gave that impression. Even, you know what I mean? So, like, when it first came out, when Tasha K started talking about it, I'm like, nah, hell nah, that's a lie. Because people lie all the time and shit. Mm-hmm. And so when it came out, I was kind of disappointed.
So when questioned about it, he said that you know, he just didn't want to pretty much put his friend out there, right? He didn't want to put his friend out there. It seemed as if he just wanted to get on the train, get on the hate train of Derrick Jaxn, get some little views, and then once he got his views, he's saying, "Okay, let me go ahead and get on up out of here." I said my piece. I need to say what I need. I said what I needed to say, you know. And I was just saying, man, you know, listen, even for a lot of my friends, right? There's a lot of friends that, you know, you just got to understand that you just can't say shit to. But at the end of the day, if you are a good friend, you're going to hold your friend accountable. You're going to tell your friend, "Hey, you were wrong, whatever, da da da." You know, and he's sitting over here saying that, you know, Derrick Jaxn never came off as the type of guy to cheat on his wife. He never brought it up. But it's like, man, once again, even some of your best guys are going to cheat. And to be honest with you, right, if they have friends, if they're best friends or whatever, if they have best friends, they're going to talk to their best friends about the woman that they're cheating with. Let's just be real, right? Let's just be real. So to sit up here for him to say, well, you know what? He never came off as a type of guy to cheat. He never talked to me about some of the women that he was messing with. To me, you know, it's kind of iffy with me, but I mean, he could be telling the truth. It's just true about marriage. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
The reason why marriages today are in trouble is because people think it's the end goal instead of the starting point. Rewind! You think you won the race when no, that is just registration table. You know what I'm saying? There is a marathon to continue. And when we celebrate, so we celebrate the wedding and the pictures, and we do all this hype, and then after you do that big payoff, now it's what's next. A lot of us spent more time planning the wedding, what the colors was gonna be, who our bridesmaid and groomsmen, but we didn't go to therapy before. We didn't actually map out the plan. We said those traditional vows that wasn't even specific to us. We didn't even make a covenant with each other. We didn't make a contract. We didn't have the emergency procedures. So my point is, I want everybody to think about that. Marriage is not the end goal, it's the starting point. The end goal is not me marrying you. The end goal.
He's speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking facts. For a lot of people just jump into marriage, right? They say they love each other. I see a lot of people. I just saw this one dude, right? It was one of my homeboys I used to play football with. He just had a child. He only been with this woman had been for about a year or two. Been with this woman or whatever, just got a child, now they're about to get married. And I'm just like, but y'all ain't even been together for that long. But you know what, hey, they got a child, they're getting married, they're in the right direction. So I can't be mad at it. My thing is just the timing. Like, damn, like give it some more time. But you know what, hey, move at your own pace. But a lot of people don't understand what moving at your own pace means. Some people saying, okay, well, should I move at my own pace? Shit, I date this guy, whatever. Now we about to get married within the next year or two. And it's like, you can't do that. Like I've always said, weddings are made for women. Women love weddings. Men don't really care for weddings. Women love weddings. But the thing is, of course, your man has to put something in it, right? But the thing is, man, for a lot of women, that's, like he said, that's the end goal. Oh, I gotta get married. And then once you get married, then it's okay, well, now everything discombobulated. And like you said, you didn't even go to therapy. And it should be mandatory. A lot of people suggest that you go to, I think before you even get married, they tell you to go to therapy, because you don't want to jump in a relationship with somebody not truly knowing them, not understanding what marriage is like, not understanding the sacrifices and everything that you have to do when you're married to somebody. A lot of your people don't really care for that, and they just jump straight into marriage. Mainly women. Let's just be real. It's mainly women. But they sit up here and jump into marriage, and then they get divorced after 10 years. They get divorced after 5 years. Why? Because they never truly understood their partner. They had things going on that they thought that they could just gloss over, that the man was just going to help them with. And then once they get married, they just sit over here like, well, damn, things didn't go as planned. And not everything is going to go as planned. But you got to prepare yourself for that. You got to prepare yourself for that. So preparing yourself is getting to know that person, being with that person for a few years. Like I said, before you marry somebody, you need to date them for a year, live with them for a year or two, and then marry them. Because now you done saw all sides of them. You done dated them for a year, so you kind of scratching the surface. Then you actually live with them. So now you're seeing the type of person that this person is. Now you're seeing this person's characteristics, personality, seeing who this person really is, seeing if this person is dirty, seeing if this person can clean, seeing if this person can provide for you, whatever. That's what premarital counseling is all about. That's what just using discernment and actually just using common sense and saying, well, let me go ahead and vet this person before I even think about marrying this person. But as I stated before, a lot of you women jump into marriages because it's mainly women. A lot of your women freaking will kill to have a dream wedding, right? They don't care who is with, they will kill to have a dream wedding, right? And I just had a few videos where women were getting upset with a man because he didn't want to spend $250K on a wedding. He didn't want to spend, $50,000 or whatever on a wedding. People understand that wedding it's a one day event, and I understand. Oh well, that means that's even better because that's probably going to mean more. It's not going to mean much if you don't have a full understanding of the person that you're marrying. It's not going to mean much if y'all didn't do what y'all was supposed to do before getting married. Now y'all arguing every night, every day, because the woman is not willing to do what she's supposed to do.
I think also it's easy to fear marriage because we've made it a personal goal and not a God-ordained thing. When you talking about like matrimony, when you talking about my assigned partner, ain't to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, are there gonna be moments where we have our tough times and things like that? Of course, but I was covered before you got here. This is much larger than me. There's a much larger assignment that our parent is supposed to complete. You feel me? So when we talking about be scared because they want to get married for the status symbol. Yes. And so when you start to have rocky times in a marriage that you got for status, y'all don't look that good. And I'm afraid to be out here married and going through it.
I mean, it's pretty much just piggybacking off of what Ace Metaphor said. A lot of your people, mainly your women, look at marriage as the end goal. Look at marriage as think about it. A lot of your women talk about, well, oh, I can't wait till a wedding. Oh, I can't wait till this. I can't wait till that. This, that. And they never really focus on after the fact. They don't really ever focus on the future. And there's nothing wrong with focus on marriage. But once again, you just got to be compatible with that person. You have to truly understand that person before you even marry them. Go to counseling. Go to premarital counseling. I could have sworn that is mandatory. You got to do that because once again, everybody knows, man, women are going to initiate 70% of divorces. Divorce rates are high. So with divorce rates being so high, you really want to pick who your partner is. You really want to vet your partner. You really want to vet your partner. You really want to take the necessary steps in getting married, and not just jump into marriage because, like he said, status. Oh well, I'm married. What you talking about? I'm married. A lot of women get married just so they can run around and brag. I got a ring. I'm married. I can talk my shit. But it's like your relationship is falling apart because you aren't doing what you're supposed to do in a relationship. A man ain't doing what he's supposed to do in the marriage or whatever. So but hey, listen. They was hitting it on the head. They was hitting it on the head. But like I said, man, it's all about vetting the person. Vet your partner, man. But before I get out of here, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.